Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 28th of 2021, and ever since the very end of the sequel trilogy and The Mandalorian Season 2 finale, a lot of fans around the world have been very much intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, you name it, and exactly what's in store for the future of the Star Wars franchise at heart. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Also, make sure to check me out at Mike01 on Twitter if you would like to. Now, as of right now, we do know that a lot of work is being poured into the new Star Wars universe. We do know that a lot of TV shows are about to be announced by this fall of 2021, around November to December. Tons of new TV shows will in fact be announced by Disney CEO Bob Chapek, George Lucas, and yes, even Jon Favreau. Now, a lot has been happening behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm. We obviously know that Jon Favreau is making drastic changes to the franchise in order to really regulate Star Wars, to really bring it back on track for the fandom, to really make sure that the fans can stay in line and enjoy of what's to come in the next couple of years. Now, given that, of course, we have The Bad Batch already being very successful, I know some fans love the Star Wars series, some other fans do not like this series, and that's fine. Everybody has their own takes on the overall Star Wars TV show. The other thing is that we got the Book of Boba Fett coming out by this December. So this December is going to be a big deal because the Book of Boba Fett is going to basically be the tip of the iceberg, right? It's going to be the groundbreaking moment in which it is going to be a TV show that's going to branch out to several other TV shows for Disney Plus in the next couple of years. So, with that being said, of course, what's really exciting all has to do with what Jon Favreau recently decided to do with a particular Star Wars project, and how it is indeed connected to, of course, Kathleen Kennedy. Now that both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are actively developing their new Star Wars universe, it's described that Jon and Dave are doing everything in their power to bring Star Wars back to its roots in order to create a better Star Wars future. However, recently Jon Favreau got a promotion over at Lucasfilm, which granted him more creative power to take control of the franchise. It's described that just recently Jon Favreau canceled a major Star Wars TV series that has been in the works for the past number of years, since Kathleen Kennedy had creative power back then. Jon Favreau is said to have recently canceled a major Star Wars TV series that was being centered on the High Republic era of the franchise, that would involve Kathleen Kennedy's take on the timeline, with the character Maeve as the main character in the show. Further, it's noted that recently Jon Favreau was given permission by Disney to cancel the series as it was being lightly worked on for the past number of months and continuously not meeting expectations for Disney. This situation of the series was said to have been involved, of course, with major retcons to the prequel trilogy, which Jon Favreau was not in favor of, and decided to do everything in his power to cancel the series directly over at Lucasfilm to prevent another backlash similar to that of The Last Jedi. Further, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni recently made this big decision together, surprisingly, since Jon Favreau was not a fan of this era in particular, to make it past the Acolyte TV series. The show was best described to have been in animated form in a lifelike fashion for the Star Wars fandom to witness the character of Maeve and her backstory. So in case you guys are a little bit out of the loop here about who in the world is Maeve, alright, we talked about this briefly a couple of months ago, that the character Maeve is basically a Jedi god in a sense, that's going to be portrayed by actress Brie Larson in the Acolyte TV series. Now, this character is said to be deeply rooted to the Wills, who are godlike beings. I don't know if you guys know about the Wills, but they are going to be portrayed heavily in the Acolyte TV show. That's the one thing that has a lot of fans worried about that TV series, is that a lot of George Lucas's creations are being thrown into the hands of Leslie Headland, which I'm not quite sure if a lot of fans are really going to respect that or enjoy that. So, moving on from all of that, we also know that George, Jon, and Dave, given that they are working all together as a team, is that they are making sure to really bring Star Wars back on track by bringing in tons of Star Wars legends. I personally am very much glad that they canceled this TV show, given that yes, it was going to be an animated form, and yes, it was going to be done in a lifelike fashion, meaning the overall structure was going to be similar to perhaps cutscenes from the Old Republic video games, or just the format of cutscenes in modern day video games. Lifelike animation, sort of like that, right? That was their overall direction for that show, and finally Jon Favreau finalized the overall decision to cancel that series altogether to prevent another backlash of something similar to that of The Last Jedi. We obviously know that a lot of fans have been very upset with the way things went down with the sequel trilogy movies, and how Kathleen Kennedy handled everything with The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, and more. So, moving on from this, the thing that really does catch the fans' interest, even all the more so, is that right now a lot of fans are just very much on edge on whether or not Jon and Dave are going to be able to pull things off when it comes to Star Wars. One thing is for certain, and we do know this, is that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they are making sure that Kathleen Kennedy and her overall direction of Star Wars is going to be forgotten. They want to actually focus away from the traditions of the sequels, and they kind of want to tie things into the sequel trilogy movies to kind of provide these major retcons, if you will, into the Star Wars universe. So that's one major plan by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni that they are trying to implement as we speak. The other thing is this, that I think a lot of fans need to absolutely know, that's really going to resonate with the overall Star Wars fandom, is that Disney and Lucasfilm are still trying their absolute best to bring back the Star Wars fans that walked away. I know some people out there really don't want to come to the facts that a lot of fans did walk away from the franchise, but they did. A lot of fans walked away for two reasons: what happened with the sequels and what happened with actress Gina Carano. Two different scenarios, and those combined, a lot of Star Wars fans left the overall franchise. Those are the type of fans that Jon and Dave are trying to bring back. And given that Jon Favreau recently canceled this TV series that was going to be done in lifelike animation, I gotta say, I'm very proud of his decision. I don't think a lot of fans would have liked this, given that it was primarily geared to retcon many different aspects of the prequel trilogy movies. So let me know what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments. Everything rooted to Jon Favreau's overall decision to cancel Star Wars as a TV show altogether, and exactly what you believe this future of Star Wars holds between Jon and Dave. Do you trust in them? I certainly do. So yeah guys, let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.